This is Eddie Marcus once again. So I'm watching television, and the view is over, I believe, a place like India. Not in the major cities, but out where the general population or the serfs or the poor people live. Then I'm reminded back in the views that we have seen so often of South Africa, those little shanty towns, places in Central America and South America, places like the Philippines and Japan and the United States. But mostly I'm thinking about what was referred to as those shithouse places, shithouse towns. And this is why I was referring to these places that were referred to as shithouse places. Places that have not developed because they lived in a world where certain places, certain parts of the world, where things are a little bit more conducive to life standards and styles, where people who benefited from these things consider themselves worthy and special. And because they had these things, they themselves found some reason to deny them to other people. In other words, there were often times when these people who were so blessed would go into other parts of the world when a resource has been discovered that would work better or work good for those developed nations. They'd find some scheme. They've always played schemes. Schemes that were played on the Native Americans, schemes that were played on the Chinese, schemes that were played on the blacks. And yes, ladies and gentlemen, I'm talking about schemes that are played on people everywhere, by people of all people. Now, why do I say that the scam is being played on everybody? You know the history. Those of you who would even listen to the things that I'm saying now have probably done enough research yourselves to already know that. And people who haven't done the research, many of you are not interested in that. You're interested in outcomes. And so what I'm thinking about, ladies and gentlemen, is this. God's way. I'm going to tell you about God's way. God's way is to take a view of people all over the earth, wherever they are located, whatever nation, whatever state, whatever city, whatever town. These are your places. And from within your continental borders, all of the resources that exist there are yours to administer wherever in the world you are. You are about what you are about, not about what anybody else wants you to be about. You are about what you are about. And the resources you're going to find that are in your particular location are going to work well with what you are about. Now, as people related one to the other, it is our duty, it is our responsibility to make sure that all over the earth, wherever people exist, that their dreams come true. And each and every last one of us are going to play a role in that process. And the role that we are going to play is the role which we have been given from the inception of the womb. We come into this world, wherever we are, to be specifically that. Many of us don't even know what that is. There was a time when you understood right away, and that time will return. But whatever it is that gives you your greatest joy, that is your gift that you are to bring here, that you are to participate in a creative process, a process that when it is unfolding a finished product, what we see are the goods and services that the people have determined are essential in this life, things that are essential for their dreams, not just for their survival, which are very important, like food, clothing, shelter, education, and health care. Everything that we do, ladies and gentlemen, we do it out of love. We do it out of respect for one another. We do it out of respect for God. And there will never be a need, a reason for lying, for cheating, for stealing, for poverty, for crime, for violence, for terror, for war, for bigotry, for hatred, for racism. None of these things will have a reason to exist. Why? Because you, the individual, your dream is real. Every last one of your dreams are real. So who are you going to be mad with? Nobody's taking away from your dream. Everybody's enjoying their own. A dream that can only be completed because all of you participated. That's God's way. No wars, none of the other stuff. All the stuff that we know about the world canceled out. Where people have certain knowledge, and there are places where people have had the advantage of getting knowledge that other places haven't. But this knowledge will be spread across the world to aid people wherever they are in whatever they need some help in being better at whatever it is that they are and what they as a people are about. And though we differ in all over those various places, we will still trade. We will still exchange as we have always done. Because what we have established, there's a need, a want, a desire to engage what you do, what we do with one another. And that will continue in whatever degree of excitement and growth is necessary. What we are doing is changing the world back to the way it was intended to be. And that's God's way. And why do we say it's God's way? Because it works for you. It works for you. It works for me. It works for y'all. It works for all of y'all. And none of you are suffering in any of those things that are essential in life for engaging in a process like this. Now, if there is any suffering, it's by those who are pissed because they want to be God. If there is any upset, it's by those who want to control and manipulate you. Even though in order to do that, they got to lie to you, they got to deceive you, they got to rob you, they got to exploit you as much as they possibly can. And they want you, having received the invitation to do it God's way, to come back on that side and pretend like you are special, more special than God. But the choice, my friends, even God says that. is yours. Thank you so very much for giving me this, your time. Bye-bye. I don't know where it is, even if I see it today. But I'm finna record it.